Alright, hey there everyone, welcome back once again. Today I'm going to show you how to play Mad World by Jules on piano. Just one of those mellow and soothing songs that has a kind of really smooth and kind of an imaginative vibe to it. So yeah, it's not too tricky. It just you have to basically implement the right hand and the left hand to get the full potential of it, but it shouldn't be too hard for you, so let's get to it. So it's in the key of F minor. Note yourself. As I always say, and the intro consists of two parts. The right hand is playing the main riff, that's like the most familiar part of the song, and then you get the left hand playing the chords, basically repeatedly back and forth on the same chord. So I'll show you how that goes now. So the right hand just going to be this separately. I'll show it to you real quick. I know that may seem incomplete, but because the left hand will actually play this A sharp here, it'll complete that little walk down of notes, so don't have to worry about that. But we'll get to the left hand in a jiffy. Before that though, you're gonna get it isn't played with too much celerity either. Like, it's played at a relatively decent speed, so I may play it a little slower though, just so you can like see and hopefully grasp it easier. Anyway, it's gonna be this. So you got the left hand played the A sharp, but if you're just going off what the right hand actually plays, what you actually play with the right hand is just, and then so you play that once, and the second time around the right hand will do the same thing, but instead of hitting the D sharp and the D, the second time around you'll hit the G sharp and A sharp. So it'll be this. So let me start from the let me just start over again to put it in perspective. So it's left hand plays. So obviously the right hand doesn't play this A sharp, the left hand plays that, but I was just playing it so it'll sound complete, otherwise it wouldn't really make sense just to go. I mean, I don't know, it's always better when you get that like last the note of closure, I guess you could say. But anyway, moving on. Basically that's what the right hand plays. So again, left hand, and then second time, so the G sharp and A sharp. So then after that, it comes into the verse, and then the verse starts, and then the verse chord then basically just plays chords with the left hand. There isn't a right hand played as far as I know, but you can always implement a right hand if you want to improvise or just make it your own style, experiment or whatever. But all that's going to be is this. So firstly, before I show you the verse chords, I'll just say real quick, the chords for the intro are going to be just this F individual note here. You're playing an F minor chord back and forth, so you can hit this F, this G sharp, C together, and then back to the F. So you got, so you go to an A sharp major chord, where you just hit the A sharp and then hit the D and the F together. So you get, so again, I'll play it all together now, but one more time, the left hand's just going to be, so that's what the left hand's going to play, while the right hand is playing the riff. So I'll put that together now. So you're going to go, let's try this. So you're going to go, and then yeah, that's when the verse comes in. So there you go, that's how it'll sound together. Work on one thing at a time. once you get the left hand down, or the right hand, whichever you want to learn first, but preferably the right hand. Once you get that down, then work on the left hand separately and then implement them together, and that's how it will sound together. You will get the full potentiality of the riff once you have played them together, so because you're playing it simultaneously. But anyway, the verse is going to be this. So the chords for the verse is same thing: F, G sharp and C, going back and forth repeatedly on this F minor chord to a G sharp major chord, so G sharp, C and D, to a D sharp major chord, D sharp, G, A sharp, to this A sharp major chord, which I've already showed you because it was the second chord for the intro. Like, it's basically the second chord of the intro for when the riff is playing, you know. Obviously it's like to give it structure, and it really complements the right hand anyway, so it's gonna go. And then after that you come back to this F minor chord. So again you go, all around me are familiar faces, worn out faces, worn out places, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. I'm ahead, I wanna drown my sorrow. Then yeah, so on. That basically repeats, and it stays the same in that order. That chord progression is the same all the way to the pre-chorus, I guess we can call it, where basically those are all the chords. Like, I've showed you all the chords for the song. All the chords I've showed you now, they're all the chords that are in the song, as far as I know. And you just play it in different orders when the chorus comes. But the right hand doesn't play anything for when the verse comes in and when the a cappella, when the you know, vocals come in. Obviously there isn't actually a right hand being played in the song, but you can always, like I said, if you want to improvise, you can go. You can always like play the individual notes to match that with the melody if you want, you know. That's what usually a lot of piano players will do if they just want to like add the right hand just to like make it sound cool or whatever. But either way, it's pretty nifty and it's neat as it is. But the next part now is after you've got the when it goes to the, and I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad, the dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. So basically it's the same thing. So you got, it's this time though, instead of going on the F minor chord, you're gonna go back and forth. You're gonna go, see the difference? So you're gonna hit this F once, then you're gonna go hit this G sharp and C sharp, 1, 2, so you're gonna go, you're gonna hit it 3 times. So F and then this G sharp and C 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then to the A sharp major chord, which is D, A sharp and D and F together. So A sharp once and then D and F 3 times, 1, 2, 3. So again you got, and I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad, the dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take, when people run in circles it's a very, very, and then after that, then you get the mad world, mad world. So when like the chorus comes in, that's when the right hand comes back again, and you do hear the right hand, but the right hand doesn't play the exact same thing that it plays in the intro. It's like along the same lines and notes, but it plays the notes in a different order. It starts from the G sharp, and so it goes. Obviously the left hand will hit this A sharp, but you know, I don't want to hear it incomplete because it really doesn't, like, if it, you know, it doesn't really sound that great when it sounds incomplete, so I just want to complete the riff for that reason. But just gonna go do left hand, do, and I'll do the same thing again. It won't like go up to this G sharp and A sharp, it'll do the same thing again, and that's all the right hand plays for the chorus in the song. So yeah, it's probably easier than playing that part, because you're just going. The first 3 notes you play are like dens, they're right next to each other, so it's just, they're all compacted together. So yeah, that's how that goes. So once you get that down, remember the left hand for that part is just always going to play. So I'll put it in perspective for you now. So imagine the lyrics are saying. So the perspective is. Basically, yeah, so I was just improvising with the right hand, so I could like put it in perspective for you with the vocals of the song and how the acapella goes for that. But basically, the left hand for the chorus is going to play what the intro is. Because the chorus is essentially the same principle as the intro, the notes are different with the right hand. However, it's not the same notes. However, the left hand is playing the same thing as what it plays in the intro. It's just going. Mad world. So again, the chorus with both together now is just going to be this. So you get mad world, enlarge your world, mad world. So basically, that's how that goes. So just work on that, and you'll get it. Obviously, take your time with it, but again, it should come to you fairly simple. I think you should be able to fare with this song pretty easily. It's not like, again, not the easiest, but not nowhere near the hardest. It's like probably like maybe like low intermediate level, but you should get it. It's honestly not too difficult. But anyway. After you got that, it basically repeats, and then it builds up gradually, and more instruments come in, and then like it starts doing. It's basically the same chords and everything, but like you hear more instruments coming in the background, and there's more sounds you hear and stuff. And essentially, the piano may play some other things, but it's playing those main fundamental things that I've showed you, and the chords are in the same order, and there isn't any key changes or any other chord-driven changes or anything. It's the same thing essentially. So that's pretty much that, everyone. So again. The chorus you got mad world, and then you know. And verse 2 will do the same thing. Chords I've already showed you, back and forth. This A sharp. So you got the F minor, back and forth. G sharp major, back and forth. D sharp major, back and forth. A sharp major, back and forth, and back to the F minor. So again, you don't have to play anything for the right hand if you don't want to. You can just literally just play the left hand chords while you sing, and then you can just add the right hand when you play the chorus parts, the outro, and then the intro, of course, when you start out. So if you want, you can just do that. That's perfectly fine. That would be in accordance to the song anyway. So there's no hard and fast rule, like I say, but that's pretty much it, everyone. So I hope you liked it. If you found it helpful in any way, then feel free to support the video by giving it a like, and it's always appreciated, and I'm appreciative of that as always, and I always express my gratitude too. So thanks for watching. This has been Mad World, and hopefully now you can go and play it, and yeah, I hope I met your expectations, and I hope you learned it okay. So until next time, everyone, see ya. Have a good day. Stay safe.